Today I am going to give you 18 skills that are hard to learn, but they will pay off forever. So no matter if you want to improve your communication skills, your intellect, your social skills, then this is the video for you. But be warned, these things are very hard to actually ingrain into the brain process, but once you have learned them and adapted them, you will become the best version of yourself. So let's go. Number 1, being honest with yourself. Now this is pretty hard, isn't it? Admitting when you are wrong is something many people struggle with. Once you can start being honest with yourself, you will be in just such a better position to learn from your mistakes. Number 2, which ties in well to number 1, and that is being honest with others. Some people like to stick with, well, if you haven't got anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. Well, sometimes that's not actually best, because there's people, like part of the Facebook team, Sheryl Sandberg, who prefers to live life with radical realism, and it's about being quite happy to point out when others are wrong and not being afraid to make them angry. For example, pineapple should never go on pizza. Now, when practicing radical openness, remember the acronym HHIPP to recollect. Radical authenticity is humble, helpful, immediate, in person, and it doesn't personalize. 3. Speaking up. The ability to speak in person and in front of crowds can be very difficult for many to master, but it's a skill worth learning. It can require a lot of rehearsing and owning, but you'll be pleased once you are able to manage it. Number 4, learning another language. The ability to speak another language can open up many opportunities in life, and it can also increase your IQ. And once you have learned your first extra language, learning the next one becomes so much easier. There are whole communities of polyglots, and these are people who can speak several languages. Crazy, I know. Now, which language would you like to learn the most? Comment down below and let us know. Now, here's a little bit of critical thinking. What do you think is the hardest language for English speakers to learn? Is it Mandarin Chinese or Russian? If you said Mandarin Chinese, well done. That's because you have the same word in Mandarin Chinese, but it's pronounced in 4 different ways. For example, the word ma can be 4 different things. Ma, 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 ma. 5. Mastering your own thoughts. To excel at achieving your goals, you have to be able to master and control your thought process appropriately. Now get this, up to 47% of the time, we are thinking about things that are not actually happening in that present moment. We're thinking about the past or future events and getting anxious over things. Being able to hold yourself accountable and be here in the exact moment by tapping into what we can see, hear and feel is a skill that you actually get better at over time. Number 7, resisting the urge to gossip. A crucial part of life for many involves building strong connections with others, and one of the easiest ways that you can destroy these connections is gossiping. If you are known as someone who loves to gossip, which is a lot of us, you're seen as someone who just really cannot be trusted, and trust is vital to a strong connection with people. Number 8, you know when to stay quiet. This is a significant ability to master. It may well be very tempting to make an outburst in the moment when you've been annoyed in some manner, but reacting in such a way doesn't give you time to think things through. How dare you put pineapple on my pizza? You may end making a major error by coming out with just too much information, and the ability to stay quiet in these situations is sometimes one of the most difficult things to achieve. Listening. These days, our brains are just so busy absorbing different forms of information. Now, the art of actually listening and understanding what people are saying to us has somewhat been lost. That's to say that it just goes over people's heads whenever they tell us something. Practice actually taking in and remembering when people are talking. Try not to let things go in one ear and out the other, and make sure you put your mobile phone down. Number 10, minding your own business. Just because you can, it doesn't mean that you should. If someone doesn't actually want your opinion or your assistance on anything and everything, it's not a great use of your time. So you need to learn that you don't need to prove yourself to everyone in this way. You are consistent. The ability to remain consistent can be crucial to the success of many goals in life. Now, buckling down to a solid schedule and sticking to it can result in you working far more efficiently. Get this one, we don't do it often enough, and that is positive self-talk. While it ultimately doesn't often matter what other people think of you, but what you think of yourself does matter. Learning to love yourself for who you are and being super confident in yourself can take a lot of time and a lot of practice over the years, but being able to talk positively about yourself is a skill that will always pay off. You can ask for help. Some people are too afraid to ask for help as they think it means they've failed, but being aware of when you need help and being prepared to ask for it are very, very useful life skills. Remember, you can't be excellent at everything, and sometimes things will not happen. They will go in a way that we didn't prepare for, and being able to ask for help actually makes you look more competent, not less. 14, time management. Quality time management is a skill that will serve you well over your life no matter the situation. It allows you to make better use of your time and get more out of each and every day. Some people like to just have a rough idea of what their plans are, and that will do, whereas others, like billionaire co-founder of Tesla, Elon Musk, has worked out his day to 5-minute block segments. It's about finding what method works best for you as an individual. For example, for me, I keep a journal and I write down everything that I'm going to do in the day. 15, you've mastered sleeping. Yes, if you're not getting enough sleep each day, other areas of your life are going to suffer. So learning to look after yourself and your health is important, and obviously something people should care about, but unfortunately, people don't do it enough. Sleep isn't a high priority for many people when it really should be. Good money management. Sadly, good money management is something that you almost have to learn yourself. We are not taught this in schools. Did you come out of school with a full understanding of the cost of a credit card or how a mortgage really works? Well, many people don't. So having a good understanding of finances and money management from an early age as possible will set you up onto the right path. 17. The ability to reason and think deeply. Have you heard of people being stuck in their ways? The type that no matter what happens in a debate or a conversation, they will never change their stance on a subject. Now, having this ability to be able to become open and prepared to change your stance on a subject is a sign of super high intelligence. It shows that you are prepared to learn and accept that your initial thought process could have been wrong. Last tip of the day, and this is empathy. You can be the most disciplined, brilliant, and wealthiest individual in the world, but if you don't care for or empathize with other people, then you are basically nothing but a sociopath, writes Camilla Taylor. Now that is a very powerful quote, and it makes us understand that no matter what social situation we are in, we always have to have that element of empathy ready at our hand in case we ever need it, to be able to put ourselves in someone else's shoes to understand a situation. So this is time for you to take all of these 18 tips on board. Start by getting your sleep schedule sorted. Know what you're doing every 20 minutes of the day, or 5 minutes if you want to be on the Elon Musk level. And don't forget to tell us in the comments what language you would like to learn. I will see you in the next video. My name's Anna. You are an amazing audience today, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.